Audio check. Oh boy. Audio check. How's my audio? What's going on? What's going on, Chandler? Mike? Don't worry about my Christmas, cause real talk, I always keep the unicorn close. Oh man, unconscious thoughts. I appreciate you reaching out to me today, brother. We'll chat a little bit later. All right. If it gets too loud, I apologize. I had to shave a bone in my jaw. Mouth's a little hurt. But I wanted to talk. That's kind of what I do here, is talk. And you guys heard what Renfro had to say earlier, and it was pretty disappointing. I mean, I kind of knew that's what he was going to say, but at the end of the day, it kind of sounded like a cop-out answer, a cop-out statement. But before I jump into it, I'm going to get a little animated. I want to make a statement. I apologize about cursing so much in my last video. That's not really like me to put that on here. So if it offended anybody, I want to apologize for that. And I can't really curse too much. My son's in the back room doing a live himself. Yeah. So let me do my garbage introduction. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Is everybody clean, crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. I'm going to send my hellos to everybody first. Postal Mule, how you doing? Aaron, what's going on? Beam D, what's popping? Millie's, why? Only getting 2 days a week work? That's for now. Chandler, what's going on? That our Constitution means nothing. Well, there's a Constitution and then they have the bylaws. That's a whole nother, you got to ask for the bylaws as well. What's going on, B? Mike, everybody that's in here. What up, though? Glenn, Tim, Smizzy. I like these names. It trips me out. To my brothers and sisters out there that are carrying right now, continue to do your thing. Not too many people say they appreciate you, but I do appreciate you. I was a little appalled by Mr. Renfro when he said next round of negotiations we're going to do, which to me means that he truly believes that he's going to be around for the next set of negotiations. Again, I can't tell y'all how to vote, but you guys you see what you're dealing with. Man, Teklu, you know I should be with my glasses. Son of a mother. What's going on, James? EA? Cam Sahir the poet. If anybody doesn't know, Cam also does postal content. I believe she's a young lady out of somewhere, USA. Just check her channel out. Built like a bionicle. The Valley Report, I remember listening to them the first time, and that young man got a lot of knowledge as well. I appreciate what he does. He's very versatile. What's going on, Expert Hawkeyes? Helping out my fellow carriers on my string. Thought I'd listen to you while working. I am doing okay. Bear with me. I'm in my drawers. Hopefully I can't tell what the camera sees. I got to grab my glasses because I can't see. Bear with me. Damn it. All right. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see my shirt, but if you can't, it says change the culture. Y'all need to change the culture. Or embrace the suck. Change the culture or embrace the suck. It's pretty bad what y'all going to. What's going on, 23? All right. So I wanted to touch on a couple things. And like I said, I may get a little animated for a quick second. And I had to write down some points. And I was going to be very respectful of that gentleman's podcast, so I wasn't going to go ham on it. Yeah. So I don't even know where to start. But here it goes. Number one, my main thing with your contract, and again, this is not my contract, and maybe I shouldn't speak on it, but I am going to speak on it. A lot of people that have written me have all had their own opinions about it, and I came up with 5 different things that everybody has come together and they pretty much are looking for. And this video is more to an audience of one. That's Mr. Renfro. He knows, I'm pretty sure. And his little goonies know. They know who I am, or they know of me. That voice of the voiceless. So I'm not going to speak on behalf of the post office. No, I'm going to speak on behalf of my brothers and sisters. The one thing that I was curious about is because the last few years I've been talking about the changes that were coming, and the changes that were coming came from Mr. DeJoy. They have their 10-year plan, right? That 10-year plan Mr. DeJoy came up with. It behooves me. It would confuse me if DeJoy's plan that's made up of economic majors, engineers, all these people that are at the top, the best that money could buy, because they're handling the largest organization in the country. It would baffle me if for some reason they did not factor in. They would not factor in pay. There's no way they could think that all of these changes were going to happen, but pay wasn't going to be one of them. I understand Renfro's on this side, but if DeJoy put this plan together for 10 years, did he not factor in pay wages, pay increases? He had to have. I guarantee you he had to have. This is why. If you do the research behind who DeJoy is, he ran a major trucking company that from nothing, it was just him by himself. He came from nowhere and he made it big, which means he knows how to generate money. And through that time, if you read back on who DeJoy is, you'll see that the people that drove for him were very happy. They were pleased. They ain't like that union thing, but they were pleased with their salaries. Which means that somewhere in factoring this 10-year plan, they had to have factored salaries into it. It just had to be there. The question is, why have they not given it to us? Or maybe somebody didn't negotiate enough for it. Number one, what I've noticed everybody asked for. People are demanding a higher starting wage. In order to survive in the United States right now, people need a minimum of $22 per hour, a single person on a single household living minimally. $22.17, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, is what's needed. $22 minimum. It is what is needed for one person to survive. The average of the nation at this specific moment is $28 an hour. The average. No, I'm sorry. Let me correct that. I got the facts down here somewhere. Cross the I, dot the T. The average across the country is average. Bear with me. Oh, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, as of September 2024, that was just last month, the average hourly earnings for all employees across the country minus non-farm payroll or on private non-farm payrolls in the United States was $35.36. $35.36. According to ZipRecruiter, the average hourly pay for the American in the United States was $28.16. Where is that even factored into what the carriers need to survive? At one time, this was a prestigious job. This was a job where people had to fight to get in. They had to wait almost 6 to 8 months, maybe 2 years to get in. And then when they got here, they provided a lifestyle for their family on a single house. I understand the way that society has changed. The money has changed. Everything around us has changed. But the pay hasn't. The pay hasn't changed. And why is it that they feel as if carriers are expendable? The face of the company is expendable. Why would he feel as if, why could he utter in that when he was just live a little while ago, that for some reason he believed that the tentative agreement was a good deal? Of course I believe. I mean, I put it together. I think it was a good deal. Well, where is it that if he took that salary that he put forward is the question. If he took that salary, could he survive? That's the real question. Could you survive, Mr. Renfro, off of the salary that you put forward to all the carriers that are paying your wages? That's the question, sir. Can you? You couldn't. So why would you insult the 300,000 that are out there slave laboring? Because that's where it's at right now, slave laboring. They can't protect themselves. They have, bear spray? They can't bring a knife with them. They can't carry a pew-pew with them. Gotta watch what I say. And when something happens, it's, oh well. They're in the heat. They're dying. What happened to regulations when it comes down to heat? It's an unsafe work environment. There should be a form of regulation. If your temperature inside your vehicle reaches over 100 degrees, we believe you should stop. If your temperature inside your vehicle reaches below XYZ, you should stop. There was no stipulations in regards to that. It's just, they're expendable. Keep them going. Keep them going. Straight slap in the face to those that keep you afloat there, Mr. Renfro. You said you pushed for an all-career workforce, but you couldn't get it. So what did you really achieve? The turnover rate at this current moment is 50% turnover rate within the first year. Why? Because it's not worth working here anymore. But you have the nerve to utter, you believe it's a good contract? Compared to what? Compared to Amazon? Amazon has every 2 years, 150% turnover rate. What comparable did you use to say this was a good contract? You use the history of what we had from before. Well, history tells us that times have changed. Mr. Renfro, how can you feel comfortable putting that out there? You can't feel comfortable, Mr. Renfro, because you took down your Facebook. You went on this gentleman's show and there must have been some agreement that he wasn't going to beat you up in the comments and he wasn't going to drill you too hard just so you could try to push your narrative again. There's only a handful of people that actually like what you put forward. And for some reason, there are very, very, very few far in between. How can you feel comfortable? Come out of the room smiling. Well, this is all we were going to get. And even if we go back in, then we're not going to get no more. That sounds weak. How do you consider yourself as a leader sounding so weak? That sounds like a cop-out answer. It may be a realistic answer, but it sounds like a cop-out answer. Listen, I'm going to fight for the best we can. I'm going to fight and fight and fight and fight. That's what they put you there for. They put you up top so that you can fight for them. But you let them down, my guy. You let them down. What happens to overtime? These people are out there working for pennies. This is number 3. You were supposed to end the mandatory overtime. This is what they're demanding. Mandatory overtime. There's people that love to work overtime, but mandatory overtime? I don't want to hear that supervisor that can't stand me or I can't stand them, that beats me up every day mentally before I walk in the door, tell me I got to stay out some more and I won't be able to make it back home to tuck my child in the bed. Mandatory overtime. My body is tired. I'm weak. I just left negative 10 degrees out there. My toes are frozen for $20 an hour. And I had to do it because it's mandatory. What they say goes. Where are your jugular? Right there. Where they at, dude? Why you didn't bring that to the table? Why you don't even discuss that? Say, this is what I aimed for. This is what they told me in return. But instead, it said something about 12 hours and 13. The overtime list. You made it sound fancy. That I give you. But people ain't dumb, my guy. People ain't dumb. I'm asking you, Mr. Renfro, because I know you watch. Would you accept what you put forward if you were one of them carrying mail? You couldn't. You wouldn't. Because it's a slap in their face. It's a slap in their face, man. Whatever happened to you cutting back the time to something more realistic, comparable to the public sector? These people are working 13 years to get the top pay, right? Minus the time that they put in. Minus the time they put in as non-career. 2 years of non-career and then 13 more years to get the top pay. 15 years of their life, and 50% of the people that are coming in ain't even gonna make it past the first year. But you know this. And you have the nerve to say, you know what, I mean, I put the contract together. I think it's a good contract. To who? To who? Who around you pat yourself on the back? We all need a system of checks and balances. If I'm doing something wrong, I want my best friend. I want my peers to say, man, Jay, you did something wrong here, man. This ain't gonna fly. Who is your check and balance? Because what you put forward was trash. It took you this long because, again, you had a personal thing going on. I get it. I'm not knocking you for your personal thing that you had going on. But when you got back to the table, if you wanted to earn the respect of the people that put you there, you should have stepped up and you should have went in there like a pit bull, respectfully like a pit bull, brought up the real points of life that are going on, the people that are dying, the people that are being robbed on a consistent basis. You didn't once say, hey, you know what? This year at November of 2025, there'll be no more arrow keys because this is what we negotiated. They will no longer have to worry about being robbed. You didn't utter that. These are the concerns of the people. You went into all these little nooks and crannies, and there's people saying, well, if you look at it this way and you look at it that way. No. If you have to explain something so basic as a basic standard increase from the jump, and you got to explain around it, if you look at it and you look from the top end and you work your way backwards, this is what you said. It sounds like garbage. It sounds like garbage. Maybe you should learn to speak a little better, or maybe negotiate better. Not everybody that's put in these roles are meant for them. I don't know why you took the role, but this role, in my opinion, you're not meant for. They should be cutting that time back to 6 years if there's non-career, and 8 years if there is career. That's fair. What did you do? You shaved off 2 off the top, 3 off the top? Seriously, because the ones that are there now that have worked their way to the 2 years and then they got in another 2-3 years and they finally got to step C, somebody walking in the door at a PTF, they're automatically there. So now you've created dissension amongst the people that are working there. So how much did you start at, new guy? Same thing you did. Bro, I worked 5 years here to get where I'm at. 5 years. And you come in, what? Thanks, Mr. Renfro. Sowing seeds of dissension amongst the people. Brothers and sisters, they all have one purpose: deliver mail, make money, take care of their family. And here's the last, number 5. Why, by the life of me, does NALC not give full COLAs? You say 1.3%. You don't even give a full COLA. Why is it that my union, APWU, can give a full COLA? Because we're just better than you? No, bro, why did you not negotiate full COLAs? When you say 1.3%, you mean less than that. You mean less than that. Well, if you look at the raises as well as the COLAs in it, it's a slap in the face. Health insurance goes up. Union dues go up. But you know what didn't? Their pay. Their pay didn't go up. Yours did. It did, didn't it? It went up a big chunk, which is more of a slap in the face of the people that put you there. I'm asking you, Renfro, if you were voted out tomorrow, if they kicked you out tomorrow and you had to start over as a letter carrier from scratch, would you be happy with what you put forward for them? Would you accept what you put forward for them? Would you be able to maintain your current lifestyle with what you offered the 300,000 people that you represent? It's pretty disgusting, man. And again, this is my opinion. How people vote is how they want to vote. My opinion, it's disgusting and a slap in the face. Now, I'm going to take a look and read some of these comments. Y'all curse me out if you want to. All right. Renfro believes his own BS. I don't think he believes it, because if he believed it, he wouldn't hide and shut his Facebook off. He wouldn't. And Renfro, whenever you get a chance and you watch this, read the comments, the live comments. These people are talking to you. These people don't just they're not just talking to me. They're talking to you, man. They're hurt. Physically, they're hurt. They're out there breaking ankles, banging elbows. One of my peoples is out there, had to have shoulder surgery. Right? But they work all these years, and what do they get from the end of it? Their body is torn up, rotator cuff surgery, because of the constant movement, the constant picking up. It's part of being in the war. I get it. But what you're offering them now for the consequences that they have to deal with later is peanuts. It's disgusting. It sucks, man. It sucks. There was a time when I was proud, and at the beginning of my whole YouTube journey, all I did was champion. Hey, y'all come apply to the post office. I'd see people in the street, come apply to the post office. This is one of the best places that you got to work. You got to work hard, but your money that you'll make from it, 5 years. This is what I used to talk about. 5 years, you'll be out of debt. You'll be putting all your bills on auto pay. Just stick with it. Just stick with it. Stick with it. I look back at that and I can't say the same thing today. I can't, in good conscience, say I even believe those things today. I couldn't. And that's your fault, man. That's your fault. If you would have brought it forward the way it was supposed to be initially, give people hope on realistic expectations initially, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in now, having to explain this. You said there had never been one like this, and this is the best contract in X amount of years. And then when they're watching the news and they're hearing about the shoresmen and they're hearing about UAW, hearing about the nurses and they're hearing about Amazon, they're hearing about this and hearing about that, hearing about this and they're hearing about that. And then you say 1.3%. And then, oh yeah, by the way, you don't even get the full COLA. But this is the best. Who are you lying to? Who are you lying to? And please, you said there that you're not telling anybody to vote for this. That's what you said. You said you're not telling anybody to vote for this. Well, then you should do diligent, Mr. President, and tell your shop stewards and your presidents of the locals to stop trying to convince people that this is good. Okay? Because they're out there championing for this trash. Tell them to stop. If you say you're not telling them to tell other people that this is good, say, hey, look, allow people to make their own decisions. Do not be political when it comes down to this contract. If they like it, they'll vote yes. If they don't, they'll vote no. That's what a real man would do. As a matter of fact, do it on your social media platform that you shut off. Let's hear it come out your mouth to show that you're not really bipartisan. That's what people would like to hear. Will it save your face? Probably not, because you screwed up so bad already, man. By hiding for so many months, for dragging people on for so many months. Oh, man. It's sad. Would have did better in arbitration. A lot of people say that, but Mr. Renfro said no, it wouldn't have been. How can we sustain and keep up? We're falling behind technology-wise. Yep. So another thing is, somebody sent me about who this dude appointed, who he appointed to count your ballots. Man, so I want y'all to read this. I can't read your comments at the moment, but I want y'all to read it. I'm the one reading this stuff. Yeah, sorry. I get lots and lots of messages. So bear with me for a second. Y'all chat amongst yourselves. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody watch the UFC fight? Damn. My people, all my winners lost today. Okay, here it goes. When you guys do vote, this is what just recently popped up. They were worried about whether the ratification vote will be honest. You have a good reason to be. At the Kim region rap session a couple of days ago, Brian Renfro said that he's going to appoint Paul Rozanowski to lead the ballot count. Rozanowski led the count of the ballots for the 2022 officer election that brought us Renfro as NALC president. Rozanowski turned the officer election into a world-class mess. This is the person that they put in there. The NALC Constitution requires that the officer elections be conducted by secret ballot. Department of Labor regulations also require the use of secret ballot in union elections. Rozanowski defied the Constitution and DOL regulations by placing a small 6-digit number on each ballot that was identified the individual member to whom the ballot was mailed. That means they know if they mailed Jeff Jones this ballot, this number matches you. So they know if you voted yes or no. That means that Rozanowski and Renfro now have a complete record shows how each member voted in 2022. So when you voted in 2022, if you did, they know how you voted back then. They know each person. The secret ballot is the cardinal rule of the NALC elections. By flaunting that rule, Rosanowski and Renfro are in a position to play games with future elections, including the upcoming ratification vote. To bend the vote to favor ratification, for example, they could do withhold ballots from members who voted against Renfro in 22. Meaning that if they know that Jeff Jones didn't like Renfro back then, Jeff Jones may not get a ballot this time. Or his ballot may not be counted when it comes in. Another rule violated by Rosanowski in 2022 concerned observers. Under DOL regulations, observers are supposed to be able to verify that ballots are being counted accurately. Rosanowski structured the counting in such a way that observers got only a 1-second glimpse of a ballot with 21 names on it. The DOL found that to violate their regulations. So basically, they were supposed to see everybody coming in, and they were counting everybody. They were supposed to have somebody there to monitor them counting the votes. They got a glimpse. Okay. And then they escorted the person out, I'm assuming. So no one was there to monitor the vote count. The DOL. I lost it. Son of a mother. The DOL found that to violate their regulations as well. A federal court is now considering whether Rosanowski's violations should require a rerun of the 2022 officer election to be conducted by the DOL rather than Rosanowski. That means this has gone up to a federal court because of the same person that's supposed to count your votes. There are fewer protections against fixing a ratification vote than there are against conducting a dishonest officer election. That's because the DOL doesn't regulate ratification votes as it does election of officers. Rosanowski and Renfro have a free hand, therefore, to be dishonest as they wish. Again, this is an opinion piece, but there are facts in it. Beginning tomorrow, Renfro is embarking on an 8-day tour to try to persuade members to ratify a truly crappy contract. Folks who question him should ask Renfro why he appointed Rosanowski to conduct the vote, given Rosanowski's dismal record. People should also ask Renfro to have the ratification vote handled by AAA, which has a sterling reputation for conducting complete, honest votes. Bringing in AAA wouldn't cost any more than having Rosanowski and his crew do their thing. More facts, more information for you. Take that for what it's worth. Would you want a crook? I'm sorry, I hate to use those words. Somebody that's currently under investigation because of the way he handled the last counting session to be counting such a historic vote count at this moment? I'm just asking. Because to me, it sounds like this is going to play out the wrong way. This again is all my opinion, and what the hell do I know? I'm just a truck driver. I'm gonna go see the movies in a little bit. All right. Again, if they would just offer you guys a few dollars from the jump, I don't think the outrage would have been there. But there's nothing to even sink your teeth in. It's like giving you a hot bowl of steam and a cup of nothing and saying enjoy. It's so weird. It's so weird that he feels so confident and comfortable. And I truly don't believe that he believes his own lie. But again, this is to an audience of one. Mr. Renfro, if you truly believe that this vote, this tentative agreement is really good, then number one, you wouldn't have deleted your Facebook. Number two, if for some reason tomorrow you had to step back into a carrier role, would you honestly accept it? That's a real question. Would you You still a young man. Would you come into the post office tomorrow and accept it, knowing what you know, the knowledge that you know, and you got let go and you had to reapply and come back through the whole process? Would you accept it? That's Jay's question to you. You ain't got to answer me. I ain't nobody. But you got to answer the 300,000 people. You zip me? Whew. All right. Already got the Christmas tree up. You already know I got the Christmas tree up. I got a second Christmas tree up too. I can't get it. I got, y'all gonna kick out of this. Let me see if you can see it. Hold on. Gotta love my Christmas. Y'all see it? There it is. There it is. That's my Christmas tree over there. I love it. My Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Y'all saw the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I love Christmas. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right. $45 only supervisors. What's going on, MJ? Nay Q. Len Hua. Len. Sounds like a Hawaiian name. Let's see what we got. Anyway, with all that being said, Postal family, I just wanted this message. I wanted this, let's go Yankees. I wanted this message really to be directed towards an audience of one. It's very disappointing. Be more transparent, Renfro. These people is hurting, bro. And I stand by what I said about that walkout. I mean, not that walkout, excuse me. I didn't mean to say that. That section 16 articles, you already know what I'm talking about. That's still there. Why are y'all not talking about it? Why are you not explaining it? Why are you not, if you worry about the people not showing up to work for one day, explain it. Explain what it means. You could try to explain it, but the wording is already there. You can't make words up and add words to it. It's your constitution. Yeah, we pay a salary and he can't talk to y'all. Talk about it. Vietnamese name. Oh, okay. Vietnamese. Nice. Len Hua. Sounded Hawaiian, but okay. Vietnam. I get it. That is one of the countries I'd love to visit. Renfro got it right. Thanks for speaking up for carriers. 26 years and I'm voting no. I'm sorry. Freddie, how you doing? JR, Pit Life, what's going on? I got your email. We'll chat later, brother. The son, we got the same contract that mail handlers got in 2022. When do we get our ballots? So, Derek, Mailman Derek, is going to actually show you what a ballot looks like. And here's another thing. If you haven't received your ballot, make sure that your address is correct. A lot of people don't update their addresses. Work for the post office, we're going to update our addresses. It's imperative. If you moved from the moment that you started till now, that your stuff is updated. It's imperative. A lot of things people miss because they don't update their address. All right. Mailman Derek's going to actually show you guys on one of his videos what the ballot looks like. I don't know when. I haven't spoken to him recently. But South Texas, count. Brian is eating a sheep now. That's right. The Postal Reorganization Act states us to be comparable to the private sector. It's embarrassing that we can't recommend our place of work to those in need of work. Yeah. It's like we'd rather do something solid. Yeah. Why does he always seem like he's defending USPS and not us? Bet his dad turned over and, I'm not going to even repeat that, James. It's rough. I don't speak about the dead. Oh man, St. Louis, Missouri says hell no. St. Louis. Healthcare should be free for us when we're paying their dues. I know that's right, Len. I know that's right. Historic contract from a store. Healthcare insurance is going up. Yeah, it is. 28 years in carpal tunnel, ulnar nerve surgery in both arms over the summer. See, that's what we're talking about right there. Renfro, you getting this? These people are soldiers. Soldiers with one general. And it's like the general just going over to the enemy and saying, hey, so what do you guys need? I'll see if I can talk to my guys and convince them that it'll be okay. It's foolishness, man. It's foolishness. Worst contract ever. Anyway, Postal family, I'm not going to make this too much longer. Change the culture, man. It's one thing for me to talk. I love the fact there are a lot of people that have been on here voicing their opinions. A lot of different carriers have been talking about your contract. And it's good to get your voices heard. Because it just pops up in my algorithm for some reason. Please, if you don't like the way that things are going at this moment, change it. Figure out a way that you could be part of the change. All right? They're changing things. This 10-year plan is changing everything. You should be involved where you can be part of the change that's beneficial for your brothers and sisters, whether you like your coworkers or not. If you all win, if one of you wins, then you all win. That's how you have to look at it. All right? Fuss and argue later about who left a piss bottle inside the vehicle. But for now, come together and change the culture or embrace the suck. You can get this from Tina. She's in the video description. She makes these crazy t-shirts for those that don't know, and all my beautiful hats. And that's my plug. Postal family, I got to get ready. I got to take my little man to the movies. I'm going to see Venom in 3D. Yeah. Love y'all. Be good. Be safe. People that don't know, we need you as a president. Oh, what's going on, Oscar? I haven't met you yet, brother. You down in, yeah, I know where you're located. Steven, don't enjoy your night, brother. Nothing. You owe me some damn pizza, brother. I'm going to keep messing with Steven till I meet him. Postal family, please do your thing. Y'all have such a strong voice. Those, oh man, Mike Caref and those other presidents that were there said it. Y'all have such a strong voice. Y'all just got to use it. Use it. Now, don't be disrespectful when you deal with your supervisor and your managers. Just get involved. A couple of you get, if 10% more physically got involved, y'all would change this whole dynamic of what you have going on. This is truth. All right. Y'all be easy. We're not going to get no 20, 30%, so we'll be happy with 5%. What people want is an initial pay bump. That's what they want. They got to see something. They got to see something to say, it ain't what we wanted, but it's better than nothing. That's what it looks like right now is nothing. All right. Old ghoul's got to go. Yeah, the old ghoul got to go. Postal family, I got to go. I'm going to keep doing it until after Christmas. That's it. I'm out. And I fixed the camera so that my shirt actually reads correctly this time. Somebody keeps saying everything was backwards.